Hello dear students, today we will discuss declaration of emergency and you have to watch this complete video and ask your doubts if I have through comment box. So let's start declaration of emergency. On 12 June 1975, Justice Jagmohan Lal Sinha of Allahabad High Court passed a judgment declaring Indira Gandhi's election to be Lok Sabha invalid. This order came on an election petition filed by Raj Narayan, a socialist leader and a candidate who had contested against her in 1971. As we know, the emergency was imposed in 1975 by the Indira government. So when we talk about background of that one, so it is in the sense of political conflict. Indira Gandhi won election in 1971 and defeated her arch rival Raj Narayan. And Raj Narayan filed a petition against this election in the High Court of Uttar Pradesh, that is in Allahabad. And in that case, Raj Narayan blamed Indira Gandhi for using government services for winning election. So the judgment of this case filed by Raj Narayan against Indira Gandhi came on June 12, 1975. And in this judgment, the Allahabad High Court declared Lok Sabha election of Indira constituency in 1971 invalid. And in this way, Indira Gandhi was not the member of Lok Sabha anymore. The petition challenged the election of Indira Gandhi on the ground that she had used the services of government servants in her election campaign. The judgment of High Court meant that legally she was no more an MP and therefore could not remain the Prime Minister unless she was once again elected as an MP within 6 months. So in the judgment, the Allahabad High Court stated that Indira Gandhi used the services of government employees during her election campaign, and on this basis, the Allahabad High Court declared this election invalid. So after this judgment, Indira Gandhi was no more an MP of Lok Sabha, and therefore she could not be the Prime Minister unless she was re-elected as an MP within 6 months. So on June 24, Supreme Court granted her a partial stay on the High Court order till her appeal was decided. She could remain an MP but could not take part in the proceedings of Lok Sabha. So when Indira Gandhi moved to the Supreme Court, then from Supreme Court she got some help, and Supreme Court gave a stay on the judgment of High Court and ordered that until the appeal is not decided or judged properly in the Supreme Court, Indira Gandhi can remain the MP but cannot take part in the proceedings of Lok Sabha. Then it was happened with Indira Gandhi. Then after that, crisis and response. The stage was now set for a big political confrontation. The opposition political parties led by Jayaprakash Narayan passed pressed for Indira Gandhi's resignation and organized a massive demonstration in Delhi Ramlila ground on June 25, 1975. So, when the election was declared invalid, opposition leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan, they made pressure over Indira Gandhi for her resignation and organized a massive demonstration in the Ramlila ground of Delhi on June 25, 1975. Jayaprakash announced a nationwide satyagraha for her resignation and asked the army, the police, and government employees not to obey illegal and immoral orders. This too threatened to bring the activities of the government to a standstill. The political mood of country had turned against the Congress more than ever before. And during that time in 1975, Jayaprakash Narayan called a nationwide satyagraha and demanded for the resignation of Indira Gandhi. He also appealed to army and the police for not obeying the orders of illegal and immoral government leaders. So in this way, there was a threat for the for the standstill of government activities and bring the nation to a halt. Therefore, the response of government was to declare a state of emergency. On June 25, 1975, the government declared that there was a threat in internal disturbances and therefore it invoked Article 352 on the Constitution, of the Constitution. And against these actions, the Indira government declared an emergency on June 25, 1975 and stated that in the country there are possible chances of internal disturbances due to the large massive demonstrations, and that's why it was necessary to invoke Article 352 of Indian Constitution and declared emergency. Under the provision of this article, the government could declare a state of emergency on grounds of external threat or a threat in internal disturbances. So under the article of 352, the government was able to declare emergency on the basis of external threat or threat in internal disturbances. So in this way the emergency was declared. The government decided that the grave crisis had arisen which made the proclamation of a state of emergency necessary. Technically speaking, this was within the powers of the government. For Constitution provides for some special powers to the government once an emergency declares. And when we talk about this emergency technically, then we know that if emergency is declared in the nation or in any area, then all the powers are shifted from the state to the center, or in other words, all the powers are shifted from the from the chief ministers of states to the hands of the president in the center. And we know very well that president works according to the wishes of cabinet or other ministers or prime minister. So in this way emergency was applied. Once an emergency is proclaimed, the federal disturbance of powers remains practically suspended and all the powers are concentrated in the hands of the union government. Secondly, the government also gets the powers to curtail the restrict, curtail or restrict all or any of the fundamental rights during emergency. From the wording of provisions of the Constitution, it is clear that an emergency is seen as an extraordinary condition in which normal democratic politics cannot function. Therefore, special powers are granted to the government. On the night of June 25, 1975, the Prime Minister recommended the imposition of emergency to President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad. He issued the proclamation immediately after midnight. The electricity of all the major newspaper offices was disconnected. In the early morning, a large number of leaders and workers of opposition parties were arrested. The cabinet was informed about it at a special meeting at 6 a.m. on June 26 after all this had taken place. So we know that when the emergency is declared in any state, all powers are shifted to the center, and in those emergency conditions, the parliament had right to either limit or cut the fundamental rights of the citizens, and in this way, on the midnight of June 25, 1975, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi requested the then President of India, Honorable Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, for declaration of emergency. And then Honorable President of India declared the national emergency under Article 352. And the first action was taken against the press, and at 2 a.m. on 26 June, the electricity of the offices of newspapers was disconnected, and the opposition leaders who were protesting against Indira government were arrested quickly. And after taking these actions, a special meeting of parliament was held, special meeting of cabinet was held, and then the cabinet was informed about these actions at 6 a.m. on June 26. So all this happened during a national emergency. So dear students, today we studied the imposition of national emergency, and if you have any doubt regarding this class, you can ask through the comment box. Thank you for watching this video.